You're worried about your teenage son's toxic dating relationship, but perhaps his substance use should be the bigger concern. What are we talking about today? Well, this is what we're talking about today on Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I specialize in helping kids, teens, and families to live happier lives. I lead two organizations, Teen Therapy Center and the nonprofit 501c3 organization, Child and Teen Counseling, both here in Woodland Hills, California. Every Wednesday at noon, I jump onto Facebook Live to answer your parenting questions. Let's answer today's. We sent our son to an adolescent drug rehab. When he came home, he started dating a girl, and it's a very toxic relationship. In just a few months, they got caught shoplifting 8 times. He also got back into drugs, and it escalated while they were together. He went back to a sober living rehab facility again, and it seemed like he was going to break away from her. Then she got into a car accident, and it brought them back together. Now she's even more unstable. He doesn't have the mental ability to get sober and deal with her. Soon he's going to be 18, and I'm worried he'll go live with her. What can we do to push them apart? Thank you for your question. This sounds like a really heavy situation for your family. My heart goes out to you. But kind of like I alluded to before, the toxic relation with this girl, yeah, it's a problem. But I think his substance abuse is the higher priority. Dating relationships can come and go. And I'm sure from your perspective, his substance use is probably tied to this dating relationship. And that may very well be true. I don't know how you push her away, because the more you try to push her away, the more you elevate her on this pedestal, and he'll just feel he needs to protect her and save her, because I imagine, I'm just guessing here, but I imagine this toxic relationship gives him the illusion of importance and meaning, because he has to go in and save the day. And there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of feeling of importance and feeling of passion of, this up and down. People can get really drawn into really toxic relationships because they cause so many big feelings. And when you're up, it feels amazing. But when you're down, it feels horrible. And people live for that up, hoping that they'll keep that up instead of having that more healthy medium that most of us as we mature start to look for. But the drugs and the substance use, that's really the insidious part, because he's doing it to himself. He's fallen off the wagon several times, it sounds like. I think you really need to focus on getting him sober. Of course, he has to be willing to do it. If he doesn't want to be sober, you can't make someone else be sober. Now, since he's still under 18, you have the opportunity to send him to a rehab again, or a wilderness program, or something like that if you think it will help. There's no guarantees. That's the problem. And once he gets out, there has to be a really clear plan of how to keep him sober. Is he going to meetings every day? Is he doing things to stay busy? It's possible also once he gets out of rehab and moves back in your home, just being in your neighborhood, is that too much of a trigger for him? Because just going down Ventura Boulevard could be the trigger, because that's where he used to, score and use. Whether it's weed, heroin, it really doesn't matter. Addiction is really insidious. And it's not just about stopping, it's also sometimes getting out of those environments where those triggers are, whether it's the people, whether it's locations, whether it's situational. And obviously I don't know what that situation is, and I don't know if you know that either. But hopefully as you work with his mental health support group, hopefully there's a way to identify what those triggers are and get him in a place where he's less triggered. I think the girlfriend thing, like I've talked in other videos before, girlfriends come and go, as toxic as they may be, boyfriends as well. Sometimes you just let your kids just write it out and get through it and learn from the experience. Just like many of us have been in toxic relationships in the past and learn from the experience and become wiser people for that. Anyways, it's a big topic. We could talk all day about this. You can just scratch the surface here on Tips on Teens. But I want to let you know that I think you should really reach out, make sure you're getting the support you need so you can stay grounded and be the mature adult when he can't be. Again, my name is Kent Toussaint with Teen Therapy Center and Child and Teen Counseling. By the way, if you ever want to have a free phone consultation, feel free to give us a call. Our phone number's down below. And if you'd like me to answer your question here on Tips on Teens, email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com, or you can direct message us. We love your questions. Keep them coming. I will see you next Wednesday at noon on Facebook Live, and I'll see you then, guys. Bye-bye.